Hey Sandy, how's it
Hey
going?
Charlton, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. How you been?
I've been doing well.
Good, good. So, first things first. Here is my business card.
Thank you.
Phone, email, whatever you need.
Yeah.
I'm always there for
Alright,
you.
thank you.
We're gonna have about 20 minutes today, correct?
Yeah.
20
about
minutes.
20
Cool.
minutes, thank you.
And do you mind if I take notes?
No, I'll probably jot some stuff down when we talk to.
Okay, cool. So, met Bobby about a month ago in Georgia, Florida.
Yeah.
Cool guy,
Good
really
time.
enjoyed him. Talked about your company. Mentioned that there kind of feels like growing pains with opening all these new offices. You're having some issues.
Yeah.
Looking at a CRM program. Obviously Salesforce offers one of the best ones around. That's why I'm here. A little bit of backstory on myself. I've been with Salesforce for 1.5 years. I've been in the Atlanta region for half a year, so I'm pretty familiar with the area at this point. I have successfully implemented Salesforce with over 40 clients, mostly in the small to medium-sized world. You sit, probably on the upper end in the medium size, but I've definitely dealt with clients your size. So today, I just wanted to talk to you, meet you. I wanted to learn a little bit more about the company, how you operate, what your functions are. I want to know what you're struggling with, and then I'm going to show you how I think I can help you out, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Awesome. So, first things, I want to make sure that I understand the company fully. I did a little research on my own. I came up with a few things. I just want to double check and make sure that we're operating on the same page. So I am seeing 2017, you were at $48.6 million in revenue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great. 3.5% increase.
Yep.
Yep.
Doing well.
Awesome. Always on the up. Obviously, you're headquartered here in Duluth. I saw 3 other offices though: Jacksonville, Nashville, and Augusta, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then Bobby mentioned that you guys were actually looking at opening up a couple more in the next few years. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's for sure on our radar. We're trying to, organize it a little better and figure out best approach on doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely in the works.
Awesome. And then, obviously you sit as president, Bobby's sitting as VP of sales. I'm imagining that you have, probably like regional sales managers in each branch, some.
Yeah, so Bobby and I are here, so we got a little bit more going on here at Duluth, and then at our other satellite locations, we have a regional manager that heads a team in each one of those locations.
Okay.
Just got a little bit more going on here.
Yeah,
Back
all right.
home.
Yeah. we'll make sure that we take care of them. So I guess I'll jump right into it. What have you been struggling with specifically? I've talked to Bobby a little bit about it, but I want to hear your perspective. What keeps you up at night?
Sure. Well, the kind of stuff we struggled with in the past was, when we started here in Duluth, we got over, got our company started and we're doing well here, and then that was a challenge in its own, but then getting, growing and, opening new headquarters was, there are obstacles getting clients. Since Duluth is our home, we know the area a little bit better, we know the people, but, when we went to Nashville, for example, didn't know the area as well. Our company wasn't, as well known there. So, getting clients on board was, took a little bit more time. Investing a little bit more time in marketing was something that we were, struggling with. And so those were kind of the things. Getting, communicating with our other offices. We run into, we're running a little bit inefficiently, I think, as far as getting reports in on time. Just being able to do our job as a manager. I know Bobby runs into issues as our sales manager, and when he doesn't know what's going on in other locations, it's a headache. So those are things that we've been trying to address.
Okay, so I'm imagining you have some type of accountant in each office, and they're reporting back to the Duluth office, at least for like financial statements and forecasting and such.
Sorry, one more time.
So you have some type of accountant in each satellite office, and
They all feed back to here, and we make sure we do all the work in house here.
Okay, and you're probably doing that manually through emailing spreadsheets.
Yeah, gathering all that and getting it together is always a pain for sure.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, we'll have someone send it over. Just getting everything in on time is.
Yeah. Okay, so other side of the coin, what are you worried about in the future?
Well, I mean, like I said, just hoping that the past doesn't, repeat itself, and but we're trying to make changes so that it doesn't. The obstacles that we did run into as far as the communication and then getting, talking to clients, we don't want that to be as impactful as it had been in the past. We want to, take those in stride and, overcome those obstacles from the past. So for the future, when we're looking, possibly opening our new headquarters, in the coming months, we want to be able to make sure that we go in with a good plan, and, have everyone on the same page as far as the, just make sure that we all have expectations as far as getting, reports back into, our accounting team here, and just communicating with with Bobby a little bit better, because I know he's struggled with talking to the, his teams in other satellite locations.
Okay. So this may seem like a little bit of a silly question, but why do you want to open more offices?
We're, in my mind, and as the sitting president, and I'm trying to grow the company, and we don't have, we're not looking to slow down anytime soon. So trying to maintain that 3.5% growth, and hopefully, grow even faster if we can. One of our tactics, and that have worked in the past, is just opening new headquarters. Gives us a new region to, a new territory to, get more clients and open accounts and bring in more revenue. So opening those new headquarters just gives us an edge in maintaining a good growth.
Okay. Hypothetical question. Would you rather open more offices or improve the offices you already have?
Well, I mean, obviously we want to keep getting better. As I had said, we do have some shortcomings as far as communication goes, and with our current location, so we're trying to improve upon that, and so we want to get better in those areas for sure, but and like I said, we still want to grow, so we're trying to expand, and a new headquarters is that's in our future. We're definitely going to be opening new offices. It's just kind of when, and making sure we do it in an organized manner.
So you want both, right?
Yeah, definitely want both.
Of course you do. So these are pretty common problems, growing pains. You built a great company. These are things that skirt by in the beginning, but you're starting to kind of feel the weight of them now.
Yeah.
I've seen this quite a few times. I think we can really help you out. And I want to, spin a little bit, just showing you, brass tacks how we can do that. So I'm going to show you a couple things over here. I see 3 major ways that we can help you out. Let me just pull this up. So 3 main things I can see. Number 1, the Duluth office very much works as the center of your network, right?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that the relationship between your headquarters and your satellite offices is as strong as possible.
Yeah.
So the first thing is right here. You'll see in Salesforce. This may seem a little weird to have in a sales program, but you can manage your financial reporting through Salesforce. Now, Salesforce is a cloud-based system, so what happens is, your people put in the numbers at the office, they're in your hand at the headquarters instantly.
Sure.
So
where would I be going for that?
So everyone would just input their data over here, and you would have access to it as soon as it's in the system.
Okay,
If
so
it's-
when they update here, and I just go to reports, and I'm able to see it all.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it makes it super quick, super easy. If you
Yeah.
need to change anything, you're not emailing a bunch of spreadsheets, revision 11, 12, 13.
Gotcha.
So that's really that, bam, right there, that's going to fix that big
Sure.
problem for you immediately. Number two, in the same vein, your salespeople can put pipeline deals into the system. And what that's going to do is, say, maybe they're underperforming a little bit this month, but they have some really big stuff coming next month.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't actually know about that.
Yeah.
So what this is going to do is they can put in, I have this deal, it's pending, this is going to be a huge client,
Okay, cool.
the probability of it happening is this, the payoff is this. Your financial guys can take that and come up with a reasonable dollar value based off of the probability of it happening.
Gotcha.
That way, maybe, that hypothetical office that's underperforming 1 month, you're not punishing them for that when the next month they're going to blow it out of the water, then it's just taking a little bit for it to develop. Third thing is you're going to facilitate collaboration between all of your offices. So again, you open up this new office, it's hard to get it off the ground. Your salespeople, you might send a couple experienced ones over there, but you're going to be hiring a lot of new people.
Yeah.
What you can do is if, there's a great client and they're just struggling and you have, less experienced people, you can rope in your more experienced people from the headquarters and then encourage that collaboration. And that can be something as simple as all of the data for the deal can be on there and everyone can look at it. There's a communication feature there. They can just chat with the more experienced salespeople.
Okay, yeah.
And you can kind of foster a bit of a mentorship, a coaching from the more experienced people in the headquarters towards the less experienced people. It'll be a little more personal, really help them out.
Yeah.
Get their feet under them.
Sure.
So the second place that I see that we can really help you out is better equipping your current offices for growth, as well as equipping your new offices to get off the ground. And like you said, when you started your first office here in Duluth, it was a little easier to get those first few clients. You know people, you've been around the industry, around the community.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you're really struggling with marketing. That's just
Yeah, it's just not on the forefront of our brains.
Yeah, so Salesforce is going to help out your marketing. We can run email and social media campaigns through Salesforce. It's going to make it really easy for you, really painless. You're not going to probably not going to have to hire on a full-time marketing person. We're going to ease that for you. And then as well as, say you open a new office, you run a campaign and you think it works pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Salesforce is going to have analytics for your campaign so you can see who's clicking, when are they clicking, how many people are clicking or buying.
Gotcha.
It's going to give you all that data. You can probably run it through your finance guys and figure out what is going to be the best way to market when you open that fifth office, the sixth, the seventh. You're going to keep learning.
Sure.
All the data is going to be here, and you can just keep getting better and better and better as you grow. Third thing is, if you see right here, have you ever considered opening an office in Atlanta?
Possibly in the future.
Maybe. So, I know it's not quite as big of a deal right now, but it's starting to become, and I think you'll realize this when I tell you. You already have 2 offices in Georgia. You're looking at opening a third. You have one in Jacksonville. Jacksonville and Savannah are very close. I know you're looking at a Savannah location. I don't know if you've hit this yet, but you're going to run into a wall of overlapping territories if you don't go ahead and set them up, especially with that Savannah, Jacksonville.
Sure.
So if you look in Salesforce, so all of your data from all the offices, all your numbers and everything, what you can do is you can create territories, which are little pockets of groups. And now that can just be, first year salespeople, people from a certain office, people selling to a certain type of client, stuff like that. You can break it up. But it's going to be really applicable for you if you end up having those 2 offices so close. You can go in, rope out an area and then you're not going to have that cannibalism between your offices, and that's further going to help your goal of making sure that there's a lot of synergy between everyone. Everyone's meshing, collaborating well. So I think that these are going to give you a really solid toolbox to go and fix all of your problems. I think it's going to be really good for you. Do you have any questions about the benefits that I've listed for you here today?
Well, I mean, it looks really good. It kind of addresses the major concerns that we were having as far as like when we're moving forward and some of the stuff that's come up in our current headquarters. I just think, we're kind of, I've had Bobby on for a while from the beginning. A lot of our sales team is kind of set in their ways on what we've been doing. I don't know how much this is going to be a disruption to their work or when, implementing this seems like it's going to, change up kind of what we've already been doing, and we have a good thing going right now. We don't want to, throw too many wrenches in the machine.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I do my best job, and everyone at Salesforce does their best jobs to make implementation as smooth as possible. But there's a bump. There's going to be a bump. It'll take a few weeks to implement and train everyone and get everyone used to using the system. Like you said, typically we'll see some of the older employees who may be a little more set in their ways. There may be a little resistance to change. There always is. It's not going to be perfectly smooth. However, you know that you have problems, and you know that you need to fix them now. I think if you think logically, you're not going to stop growing, right?
Yeah, the goal is to keep going.
You guys are doing great. You're going to keep going. If we implement it now, we're talking, around 100 employees or so have to change, 4 offices. What about in 2 years when you have 6 offices, 150 employees? I think that there's not a best time to do this, but there is almost always a worse time to do this.
Sure.
So I think you should really consider looking at this sooner rather than later, at least before you get those new offices built, because then, they won't know anything different than just using Salesforce.
Sure.
Once you get it in, you'll never really have to worry about any big change in the future.
Gotcha.
You'll be set for a lot more growth.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, I haven't had a chance to talk to, accounting and whatnot, but like we don't know, I don't know if like how much this is gonna cost. Like, what are we gonna, what's this gonna run us if, say we were doing it with our current employees and in the current offices, like what's that gonna, cost us right now?
Yeah, so I got a couple rough numbers. First of all, it'd be a $15,000 installation fee, and then I estimated you guys at about 100 employees. You're gonna be looking at just around $80,000-$85,000 a year. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, we're gonna save you time. We're gonna save time of the employees. You're not gonna be manually sending all these spreadsheets.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut down on that. We're gonna cut down on mistakes. Say someone uses the wrong version of a spreadsheet. You've got a mistake, and you got to go back and fix it. That's more money right there.
Yeah.
Third of all, we're going to help you get more clients because of our marketing skills, and we're going to improve all of your functionality in each office. Say we help you get 10 more clients.
Sure.
Looking at your revenue and the amount of clients, that's about $1.5 million right there, just from getting 10 more clients. I'm very confident that this is going to help you get at least 10 more clients. And then finally, opening the new offices, that seems to be the thing that you're really most scared of, but you feel the most strongly about doing.
Yeah.
This is really going to ease that up. It's going to get them up faster, up more efficiently. You're going to sleep a little better at night. So I think when you look at the benefits and the cons, I think you'll find much more benefits to you from this short-term financial hit.
Sure. I'm not, I'm, 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 I'm you know, I don't want to make a decision right now. I'd like to talk to, you know, Bobby and see, you know, I know he knows a little bit about Salesforce. I'd like to fill him in, you know, kind of the notes that I'm taking from our meeting, see what he thinks about it. I'd like to go, you know, talk to accounting, have them run it, see what, you know, how much is it going to cost, you know, with the new headquarters, if we had all our people set up on it. You know, kind of want to fill in the rest of the team.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, do you wanna set up a meeting for, you know, 2 weeks from today?
yeah, I'd love to come back and talk and,
Okay.
you know, once I've gotten my team's input and see if they can, you know, they might have some questions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll send an email to your secretary. You know, invite obviously anyone you want. Let's definitely get in the accounting, financial guys. Let's definitely get in Bobby. Let's definitely get in a regional sales manager
Yeah.
to maybe an entry level guy. See how he feels. We want to make sure you guys are 100% comfortable.
Sure. Wow, that sounds awesome, man.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for meeting me.
Charlton, thank you.